In this video, I'm going to show you how we can make a exercise sandbag out of some egg crate mattress and just some regular old gallon freezer bags. So what we want to do is come up with a weight that we can use at about 4 pounds, 5 pounds or so. We want something we can grip. We want something we can grip really easily, and we can pass side to side, we can lift around in different directions. And we want something, of course, that's not expensive. So if you're able to find an affordable sandbag, I recommend purchasing something like that. But if you don't want to purchase a sandbag, I'll show you what we can do. So in this situation, I have 2 just regular gallon storage bags, freezer bags, and in here I just have some regular old beach sand. So this is a couple pounds in there. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try not to make a mess. I could maybe scoop this in, but I'm going to try to just lift it here and pour in some sand. There we go. So, and I'm not going to fill it up all the way. I definitely don't want a full bag. So I'm going to go for probably about right there. Let's see where we're at. So a little bit of sand left over. This is pretty heavy, so let's see. Let's compare. Let's say I'm right about the same. So 4 pound sandbag here. This is also about 4 pounds of sand right here. So, like I said, I didn't want to fill it all the way up. One thing I also want to do is I'm going to double bag it, just because. And so let's go ahead and double bag this. Now you might be thinking, well, isn't this going to just pop and the sand's going to leak everywhere and I'm going to have a huge mess? And there is a chance that'll happen. Of course, remember, it's a DIY project. Things can go wrong. But that's what the egg crate is going to be for. This is going to give us our cushion. And by not having it full all the way, we're going to be able to have a little bit of room in here for the sand to move around. And so if it can move around, it's not going to want to blow out the side of the wall like we might think it will. So let's go ahead and get as much air out of the bags as we can. Kind of pack that in there. And this one too. I want the air out. I want the sand to move around inside the bag. That's all I really want in there is the sand. So I've had some of these sandbags going on 2 years now. Still working. Made them the exact same way. So there we go. We got our sandbag here. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take some of my tape, and I'll use this blue. And we're going to tape off the zip area, the little locking spot here that keeps the sand in. So let's go ahead, get our tape there, and I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to give it 2 folds here. So 1 fold there, and then another nice fold there, kind of like a dry bag. And then remember, this tape is sticky, so if you catch yourself, you might even need to have another hand. If you set this down on anything, it can stick to it. So you can see we got a little air in there, so that's kind of good. I didn't tape that up yet because let's let some of that air, get more of that air out. Okay, there might be a little more air in this bottom bag, so there we go. Alright, so get it zipped up. Put that there. Get air out. Okay. Alright, so now we're definitely zipped up in there. Let's get that roll. Use my scissors to hold that in place. I normally like using small pieces of tape, a little easier to manage, but this is okay. There we go. Alright, nice. So, already, you can see I kind of have something that I can squeeze and hold. The sand isn't going anywhere. I don't trust this, so I'm going to do a little more tape here. And I'm going to get this spot really secure. Don't take too much more though. I will always kind of Do a little bit on one side and a little bit on the other. And then maybe we'll get these corners here. We'll kind of wrap those over. There we go. Just kind of tape that up. Tape it all up. There we go. Perfect. One side, one more side will get wrapped on here. So now what we're going to do next is we're going to measure out our egg crate mattress stuff here, and we're going to make sure that we got a good piece. We don't need it to be too much. So, okay, I got my bag sealed up. I feel pretty good about this. Again, the idea is that the protection is going to come from this. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to kind of set my bag down in here. I want to see how everything's fitting. So, all right, if you have a little bit of air in there, that's going to be okay. And I'm pretty much right on the money. I pre-judged this and made some cuts, so it looks like this is going to be pretty good. I don't want it to be snug on the edges and flush like that, because I want material to wrap over. I want this whole bag to be cradled in this egg crate, and then we're going to end up wrapping it all up with our duct tape. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Go ahead and watch me. We'll probably do a little fast forward here, and I will try to make sure that you see what I'm doing, and you can do this yourself. So this is where we are. 2 bags, double bagged, 4 pounds of sand in the bag, sealed up, and then now we're going to go and set this up here and kind of make sure I got the same all sides around. Yep, that looks good. I'm going to pre-cut some tape. Do one or two big pieces. These are going to help me to kind of get everything on there in the beginning, and then I can come back and I can really tighten it all up. So, all right, I'm going to fold this edge kind of over the bag there. Okay, and then that way this one can get pulled up when we do that. So, what I like to do, get my tape here, and then I'm going to lay the tape down right there. And the first few that we put on here, we don't need to worry about it being real tight. We just kind of want everything to hold on. So there we go. So I'm just going to drop that in place. Have this under the lip. Remember, once you kind of do the sand bag, once you start with the tape, it's on there. So pull that just a little snug, and then this one's going to come over. And there we go. And I got that tape right to that. Now you can see I'm trying to make sure that the material stays not too bunched up. I don't want it to pop or break when we throw it on the ground, so I'm just kind of creating a nice big pillow at the moment. There we go. It's sticky stuff. There we go. Alright, so already here, pulling up, I've got my sand in there. Bring this down here. Give one a little fold under, and one's going to get a fold over. Now my tape's got something to grab a hold of, so there we go. Do a little fold here. Alright, I'm going to pull this one over. Just like that. Alright, so here we are, stage 3 or 4 or so, but we got our bag in the sand in the bags. We got the bags inside the egg crate mattress, and already it's not coming out, and already you can probably see how this is going to work out pretty good for us. So I'm going to go around and finish this up, and as you see I'm doing it, I'm just going to kind of tuck these corners in. I'm going to get this to be nice and padded. This is going to be a good area for gripping. I'm going to tuck this corner in here. I'm going to tuck in this corner here. There we go. And one more little spot there. Alright. So, at this point, I'm just going to cut a few more strips of tape, and then I'm going to start wrapping this thing up to completion. So, do a little bit more blue. And at this point also, because you have this set up, you can do smaller strips because it's going to stick to itself. You kind of want to use that as your anchor. And so let's do three more glue strips. Okay, save that. All right. Again, I'm just going to lay it down. Sandbag's going to go on here. Let's go ahead and get that corner. So I'm just going to pull on it just a little bit. Get that to stick. Pull on it just a little bit. There we go. Nice. We can tighten things up as it moves along. The goal right now is just to kind of get the shape and get it on the corners here. There we go. I'm trying not to compress it too much. I'm trying to just kind of stuff it, work with it, get it to fit. Get it to fit in there. Okay, so there we have it. Basically, you know, took about 10 minutes, but same thing we have here. Didn't have to pay for it as much, didn't have to pay as much for it. But what we got is a pretty nice sandbag. Again, I can squeeze it, I can pinch it, I can try to hold it with 2 fingers and multiple hand positions. I can do a lot of things with this sandbag, and it's nice and soft. If I drop it on the ground, if I bump it into something, it's not going to probably break the sandbag. It's probably not going to hurt whatever you bumped into. So if you wanted to put a couple more wraps of duct tape around this, you could. If you noticed a little area that was kind of needed some attention, you can always just throw another piece of tape on it. But again, you can feel the sand moving around in there. It's not packed so tight that it's like a rock, and that's what's going to give us our texture. That's what's going to allow us to be able to squeeze it and do a lot of stuff with this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, share with me your ideas, your designs, the ways you're using your exercise sandbag. And of course, check out our videos. There's a lot of ways you can use this that I'm going to share with you. And I really hope you enjoy it. And I hope that you enjoy working out, making a sandbag, and doing all the exercises with me.